भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. First, I will give the gist of the third chapter. Then we will enter into the fourth chapter. In this third chapter, the third student, Kaushalya Ashvalayanaha, asked 5 questions in the first mantra. Kuta eshaha pranaha jayate. First question. Where from this prana born? Second question he raised is Katham asmin sharire ayati. How does this prana enters in this body, individual body or jivatma? The third question is Atmanam pravibhajya katham pratisthate. Atmana means here reflexive pronoun. How the prana divides itself. Here Atmana means itself. How does this prana divide itself and remain in the body? Katham pratisthate. Then the fourth question is Kena margena utkramate. Kena utkramate, he asks. We have to understand Kena margena. By which path this prana leaves the body? By which path this prana leaves the body? Then fifth question is Katham bahya adhyatmam abhidatte. Katham, how this prana, bahya means external, adhyatma means this body, individual, that macrocosm, how this prana sustains. How this whole jagat is sustaining by the prana. In what way? And microcosm level, vyashti drishtya, how this prana sustains. These are the 5 questions. In the first mantra, these questions are asked. In the second mantra, the teacher appreciates the student. You are very good. Savash. And Cholli, he starts answering all these 5 questions from the third mantra. From the third mantra, he tells, answer beginning from the third mantra. From where does this prana born? That from Atma prana is born. That is the answer. Atmanaha pranaha jayate. From the Atma alone, from consciousness alone, this prana is born. This is the answer given by the teacher, Pippalada. So don't forget the teacher. Students are changing, teacher also changing in it. Nice, beautiful name, Pippalada. Pippalam atti iti Pippalada. Maybe he might have eaten so many Pippala fruits. Then, second question also he gave the answer in the third mantra only. That is, how does prana comes into this body? That teacher answers, Pippalada says, through that desire, sankalpa. By the sankalpa only, that which is in the mind, through that only this prana enters in this body. Otherwise we come to conclusion, Atma only brought this prana inside the body. We may think, Atma never does anything. Only that sankalpa of mana of the jiva in the previous body alone brings that prana into this new fresh body. Then the third question from the fourth mantra onwards. How this prana in this body like a chaya. Nice example. Just Purusha chaya, just as the shadow of the person, this prana is also a shadow of the Atma. Just as the shadow. Chaya iva tasmin etat atatam manokritena ayati asmin sharire. Then what is the fourth question? How does it divide in this body? How does this prana divide itself in the body? In what way? In what form? This prana divides itself into fivefold. 4, 5 and 6. These three mantras, the answer is given to the third question. 4, 5, 6. How it says the division is fivefold. Each prana has given one place allotted by the Mukhya prana. He gives the place also where this prana divisions, factors divided in different places. One place. Etan graman. You go and rule this portion of the body. You go and rule this portion of the body. Rule and give lot of trouble to that person. Just as the rulers give trouble to the people, madri. The oru prana vindi, how much trouble? Digestion problem enna ardham? Samana prana is troubling and ardham. Blood circulation illa enna vyana prana is troubling. The tax sariya pay panla enna. So they trouble us. Adi mari etan graman samradiva, like a king. Raja adhipati, like this prana divided into apana prana, samana prana, vyana prana and udana prana. Mukhanasika mukhya prana. Chakshusrotrena. Vayu upastha apanam chakshusrotre mukhanasika pranaha. Mukhya pranaha swayam pratisthate. Important portfolio this prana takes, and madhye tu samanaha. This samana prana in the middle portion of the body it resides. That is the kingdom given to the samana prana. So in this manner, all these pranas are really like a archishahana. All are like a fire. They are helping the sense organs to function. Each prana helping the sense organs to function. If prana is not functioning, our sense organs cannot function. Will be weakened. That's why every week people will become weakened. Weekend ke nijamave weekend da. Rendu artham irukku weekend ke. அது மாதிரி இந்த பிராண சரியா வேலை பண்ணலன்னா வீக்கனிங் அர்த்தம். Then the fourth question in the seventh mantra is fourth question is answered. How does this prana go out? How does this prana go out? Means 7, 9 and 10. Prana utkramanam. How prana goes through the urdhva sushumna nadya. It goes through the upper chambers. Urdhva means upper chambers. What is that? Sushumna nadi. Sushumna nadya. Who travel like this? Not jnani, not ajnani. Only upasaka. Don't wait. நம்ம கூட போலாம் சுஷும்னா நாடியா எல்லாருக்கும் கிடையாது. ஓன்லி உபாசகாஸ். జ్ఞాని అగతి, அவருக்கு గతి లేదు. అజ్ఞానికి స్వర్గమనో అదో గతి, ఏదో ஒரு గతి. సో இந்த பிரம்மலோகம் சுஷும்னா நாடி எஸ்பெஷல்லி செலக்டட் பாத் வித் ரெட் கார்பெட் ஓன்லி ஃபார் உபாசகா. That's why upasakas are so, no, இந்த ஞானிக்கும் கதி கிடையாது, அஜ்ஞானிக்கு எப்படியாவது கிடையாது. அதுக்கு upasakas are very much interested in the gati. சுஷும்னா நாடி சுக்ல கதி பிரம்மலோகா. ஏதோ ஒரு டிக்கெட் கிடைக்கணும், டிராவல் பண்ணணும். டிராவல்னா பீப்புளுக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்னா போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் கஷ்டம், அது வேற சங்கதி. மறுபடியும் ரிட்டர்னபிள் ஜேர்னி தான் போனா. அது மாதிரி in the case of upasaka only, it is not in the case of ajnani or jnani, no travel. So we have to understand this whole portion is only for upasaka. Upasaka only. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நாங்களும் உபாசனை ஆகணும், நாளையிலேருந்து நானும் உபாசனை பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லாதுங்க. திருப்பி 4th சாப்டருக்கு போக போறோம், வேதாந்திக் போர்ஷன். அதுக்குதான் suppose a student stop with the 3rd chapter, what will happen? Stuck in karma kanda anartham. Now 9th and 10th mantras, he answers the 4th question only there. All pranas established in this udana prana, how this utkramanam take place, what happens that time. All other pranas, samana, vyana and apana, prana, everyone has to assemble there. Air, udana prana. Our the final traveler, taking all of them. And along with manas, mind also. Along with the mind. And another thing, what? Sankalpa, anta kala smaranam. And the sankalpam kuda pinnadiya povuma. Next body kaha. For the next body's sake, and the sankalpa in the mind, along with the mind, the chidabhasa goes with all pranas. Ellame poi ella or edathula kootama udana pranathula they will stand. Then udana prana asks, all of you ready? Yes, we are all ready. That means what? This body, they quit and go and travel. So in the 8th mantra only, the 5th question is answered. How does the external world sustain? So we have to understand in the 9th and 10th mantras, this jiva with along with the mind and that sankalpa goes punyena punyan lokam papena papam ubhabhyam manushya lokam, he attains. That we have to understand. Various lokas he goes. This jiva goes to various lokas because of the punya done by that Jivatma. In the fifth question only, how this prana sustains. We saw that in external world, Agni, Vayu, Apaha Rupena, Panchabhutas Rupena. This prana sustains the whole creation in the form of fire, in the form of air, in the form of earth, Prithvi Devata, Vayu Devata, Agni Devata. In that form, 5 pranas. Internal world sustained, Adhyatma, sustained by 5 pranas. Adhibhautikam sustained by 5 elements. 5 elements are none other than Devatas, presiding Devatas. Now you see, we never see the earth as just like mud, clay. Tasmadva etasmat atmanah akasha sambhutah. So the conscious principle is there, therefore we say Devata. To understand this, all Panchabhutas are Daiva Sambhutam, Daivam alone, you have to study minimum 8 Upanishads. To understand Hinduism, you have to study how many Upanishads? 8 Upanishads. Then you can call yourself as a real Hindu. Because Hindus are those people who worship the sun, moon, earth, water, everything as Bhagavan, that Chaitanyam Brahma Swarupam. Therefore, just saying lip movement is not, you are not a Hindu. My Tata said, that's why I said, no. Prashnopanishad says, Agnir Devata, Vayu Devata, in that form, this prana alone is in the form of Vayu. Prana alone is in the form of Agni. That's why you see the connection. Jatharagni, this prana inside is there. Vaishwanara Agni, what is the connection there? This both are connected. That Vayu Devata outside external is connected here. Breathing. That heat and Surya, Tejo Mandalam, connected in our heat in the body. The Prithvi Devata, that prana is connected in this body. So you cannot separate yourself from the 5 elements. The whole Jagat is nothing but 5 elements. So this type of understanding helps the person to associate with the creation. Very closely this person associates. That's why Rishis were the people who associated themselves along with the nature. That's why they love the nature. They worship the nature. They never look at themselves separately from the nature. That's why very amicable. Very amicable in that nature, they lived happily. The more we separate ourselves, not understanding this, from the nature, 5 elements, what will happen? All the calamities, all these, the cyclone, this water problem, everywhere. We complain and complain. Because this is a phenomenon. It is naturally happens. I have no control over it. I have to put up with it. With the drought I have to put up, with the famine I have to put up, with the cyclone I have to put up, with the fire I have to put up, with every earthquake also I have to put up. No way. Therefore, you will not grumble, you will not reject, you will not resist. Anything happens in the nature. Rishis were those people, they used to do just namaskar. Mala vedada appa, what a vibhuti and chulva. Namano, varde no. We look at and scold the rain. They look at it as a vibhuti of the Lord. Earthquake is a vibhuti of the Lord. Attitude. Attitude is very important. I saw one cartoon, recently, not connected to this. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister was asking for water, and that Karnataka Minister, Chief Minister. Karnataka Chief Minister, I will not give. She is asking, I want water. Now both of them, they are drowned in the water. And the amma tala, ivar tala, rundu tala poti, body ella drowned. Both are shouting, give water, I don't give. Both of them are drowned in the water. That cartoon tells, see who is giving water now. Huchi Krishna, Huchi Amma can give this water. Vibhuti. So, this eighth mantra, how does this sustains this world and body visa? Now, in the 11th and 12th mantras, the whole Shastra was concluded. Section, not Shastra, sorry. Section in the sense, Shastra means my opinion is, even though abruptly it came, Karma Kanda Shastram, Veda Purva Shastram concluded. See, with the third section, Veda Purva Karma Kanda is concluded. The first section, second section, third section are the essence of Veda Purva. This 12th and 11th and 12th mantras, based on understanding, I should do upasana. No, this 11th and 12th mantras say, based on the previous mantras, knowledge, understanding that, you start upasana. Upasana of what? Prana upasana. We are going to see in Chandogya highly emphasized that prana upasana in Chandogya also. In every Upanishad, almost prana upasana has been done. So, one who does upasana, these two mantras tells, one who does the upasana get ihaloka phalam, saha asya praja na hiyate. No apamrityu in their family. That is ihaloka phalam. Phalashruti. Every mantra gives the result. Adidane namak venum. Phalashruti enna sollunga. That phalashruti, ihaloka phalam, that is. Then brahmaloka phalam, amutra phalam. Amrutaha bhavati. By doing this upasana, he gets immortality. Apekshika amrutatvam. He goes to Brahmaloka, you know that dialogue. He goes to Brahmaloka, he studies from Brahmaji and he gets Kramamukti. When the Pralaya takes place, then he gets Mukti along with Brahmaji. Until that time, he has to wait. So these are the two phalams. Now what are the corollaries we have to understand? So second chapter also connected with Upasana only. The whole story has been given. Prana, how the prana is in this body, prana patti, ellame story-ya, kada-kadaya sollitom. And the bees, like honey bees, how they go, the prana, that, and the Surya, Samradi, idella story dane. These are all Arthavada. The important point we have to note. Arthavada means a secondary statement. Arthavada, secondary statement, will never have a pramanyam. And a direct prayojanam will not be there. Direct prayojanam. When you get direct benefit prayojanam, only when the statement in form of commandment. Vidhirupena, when the commandment comes, there only benefit. Adilla kada. Ippo in the 11th and 12th mantra, the significant actual phalam. The commandment, one has to do upasana. And the commandment upasana moolamada phalame kadikiradu. Not by learning the story. But unfortunately, people remember the story Forget what to do. Mind nature is like that. In a chinna vayasinde kada keti, lot of stories. Our mind tend to that side only. Arthavada. Therefore, even in Bhagavad Gita also, people when they are listening Bhagavad Gita, they listen in such a way as a Bharata story. Bhagavad Gita is also a part of Mahabharatam. No, Krishna only talking. So Mahabharata pakkilo, and the style they listen that. That's why they never grasp the teaching. That's why they question always how Bhagavan taught Bhagavad Gita in the battlefield. Idu edukku ardhavada, enna prayojanam unakku? The dates, all these, all they are interested. A real mumukshu is not at all interested in Arthavada. Real mumukshu is one who is a thinking person, very analytical, reasonable, rational, and thinking person, he just push away all these secondary statements. Listen, at the same time he will not go into that or probe into the secondary statements. All light-minded people, shallow-minded people only hold on to stories. Avangalukella 4th, 5th and 6th sections are not relevant. They don't come also to the class. Enna solluvanna above head ennu solran. So those people can never get prayojanam. So that whole karma kanda is arthavada. That means what? First chapter, second chapter, third chapter, until what we have seen is whole thing is arthavada. Arthavada vakkyanam swatah prayojanam tatparya pramanyam nasti. The statement Shankaracharya says in his Bhashyam. Why they are insignificant? Arthavada vakkyanam, the secondary statements of those statements, swatah prayojanam. Individually, independently, they cannot give benefit. Unless they do upasana. That is commandment. The commandment. 11th and 12th mantras gives commandment. So, arthavada vakkyanam swatah prayojanam tatparyam pramanyam. Tatparyam means there is no purport in that. Pramanyam is nasti. So the second chapter there is no commandment. In third chapter up to 10th mantra there is no commandment. In 11th and 12th mantra only there is a commandment. Ya evam vidvan pranam veda. See the 11th mantra. Ya evam vidvan pranam veda. Whoever knows here means whoever does upasana. That day itself I said, not just knowing but doing. But doing. The knowledge of second and third chapters, only in their application we get the phalam. 11th and 12th mantras are very, very important mantras. One who does rituals go to Swargaloka. One who does upasana go to Brahmaloka. Over. Karma kanda over. அவருக்கு பிரம்மலோகம் அனுப்பிட்டோம், நமக்கு நம்ம பாட்டி வந்துட்டோம். இன்னொரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இஸ் சிட்டிங் அண்ட் ஆஸ்கிங், சரி இந்த பிரம்மலோகம் போய் எங்கேயோ கிரமசி முக்தி எல்லாமே அடையிறது, இதெல்லாம் அர்த்தவாத ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ். இஸ் தெர் எனிதிங் கேன் கெட் முக்தி ஹியர் இட் செல்ஃப். இப்போ 4th ஸ்டூடெண்ட் இஸ் கோயிங் டு கம். See, first 3 talk about the karma kanda, upasana kanda. You see how the Upanishads, karma kanda, upasana kanda, such an extent it is compressed in 3 sections. The whole karma kanda is a vast subject. Everything in nutshell, 3 sections la 3 students, 3 students questions la pretty condensed, compressed. Then whole Jnana Kanda is going to be compressed in 4th, 5th and 6th sections. Beautiful Upanishad, you see how. No? Every Upanishad is very, very unique Upanishad. This Purva Bhaga of Veda has been summarized now. You have studied the Purva Bhaga of Veda. The following three are going to be Jnana Kanda. Now we enter in this fourth section. We get 5 questions again. In the first mantra, the student asks Gargyaha. 5 questions he asks. We will read that first mantra of that fourth section. Fourth section or fourth chapter we can take. Or fourth question. Chaturtha Prashnaha we can take. Chaturtha Prashnalo again 5 questions he asked. Intelligent student. Mantra number 1. Atahainam Sauryayani Gargyaha Papracham. Atahainam Sauryayani Gargyaha Papracham. Bhagavan Netasmin Purushe. Bhagavan Netasmin Purushe. Kani Swapanti. Kanyasmin Jagrati. Katara Esha Devaha. Swapnan Pashyati. Kasyaitat Sukham Bhavati. Kasminnu sarve sampratisthita bhavantiti. Kasminnu sarve sampratisthita bhavantiti. Atha. Atha means thereafter. Thereafter means Tritiya Prashna Uttara Anantaram. Having answered the third question, later, here, who asked the 5 questions, the student is coming. Here also, 5 questions the student is going to put. What are those 5 questions? Who is that student? Upanishad introduces Sauryayani or Gargyaha. Garga Gotra. He belonged to Garga Gotra. Sauryayani. Papracha. Prachadhatu. He asked. Gargyaha asked. What he asked? He Bhagavan. He Guru. Nartham. He Bhagavan. Etasmin Purushe Kani Swapanti. The first question. Here Swapanti means sleep. Etasmin Purushe means Sharire. Etasmin Purushe means Sharire. Sharira Lakshanena. In this body, individual body. Swapanti means Uparamanam. Swapanam means what? Withdrawal of the sense organs. Kani Swapanti. In this body, what are the factors? Kani means Kani, Ana, adella kadiyadu. Kani, na, Kani, and sir, what are the factors? Swapanti, that asleep. What are the factors that are asleep in a man? Purushe Kani Swapanti. Or being, this being, human being. Next question, second question is Kani asmin jagrati. What are the factors? Kani, what are the factors? Jagrati, awake, that are awake. So asmin, in this body, asmin means asmin sharire, in this human being. What are all factors? Faculties are withdrawing, sleeping. What are all functioning at the time of sleep? Jagrati means waking up. They are awake at the time of sleep also. Jagrati means not waking state. At the time of sleep, who are all awaking? At the time of sleep, who are all sleeping? Who are all not functioning? Who are all functioning? That's all. Jagrati means what? Who are all functioning at the time of sleep? Who are all not functioning, lazy and sleeping? What are all those factors? In one sleeping person itself, there are certain factors are functioning, there are certain factors not functioning. What are they? Kani. This is the second question. The second question also related to here Swapnam only. Swapna, sleep, there is no difference. For a person who is looking from outside, actually, we do not know whether that person is dreaming or sleeping. We say he is sleeping. He is sleeping. Maybe he is dreaming also, but you do not know. That's why very loosely Upanishad sometimes use Swapna for sleep, sleep for Swapna. Here we can segregate first 2-3 hours Swapnam, then later sleep. We can take like that also. This is a small division within the sleep. Swapna is a small division in the sleep. Okay? Related to Swapna only. What are all organs not functioning in the Swapna or active in the Swapna? What are all organs functioning in the Swapnam? What are all not functioning? And the first question. Then the third question is here Jagarti in plural number. Jagrati. Jagarti, Jagrataha, Jagrati. The plural number. All organs waking. Who are all waking? Katara esha devaha swapnan pashyati. Very interesting. You must have a background of Mandukya Upanishad to enjoy this. If you have knowledge of Mandukya, the whole Mandukya based this chapter. Eshaha devaha. Katara, which is the effulgent. Katara esha devaha swapnan pashyati. Which effulgent being seeing the dream. Devaha means effulgent. Katara means which. Which effulgent being seeing this dream. Katara, swapnan pashyati. Seeing these dreams. Swapnan and bahuvachanam actually. Swapna, one dream only we get, not dreams. At a time, one dream. Afterwards, again you will sleep, more deep sleep, another 2-3 dreams later it will come. But at a time, one dream only. But Swapnan pashyati. Here Swapnan and Swapna Vishayangal and Artham. The objects of the dream, Artham. Swapna Vishayan ityartha. perception of dream is done by whom? Here, very important word, Devaha is there. That Devaha is a Prakashavan ityartha. Divya Prakasham. And the mind is going to see, the answer is going to come. The mind is only seeing the dreams. How mind can see? The question may arise. Mind is inert, made up of sattva guna. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Sattva guna of that three gunas, it comes. Here, mind is backed by the conscious principle, alone is called Devaha. Mind is Devaha only. How it is Devaha? Chaitanya yukta chidabhasa yukta manaha can be called as Devaha. Jada manaha na pashyati. Inert mind can never see the dream. Who can see? A conscious entity alone can see. That means mind is called Devaha because of consciousness. Swapnan pashyati. Then the next question is, Kasya etas sukham bhavati. Now here comes the fourth and fifth questions are connected to sleep. Deep sleep. மாண்டுக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஞாபகப்படுத்திக்கலாமா? Swapna Thaijasa. Deep sleep, Prajna. Tamo Bhutam. Total deep sleep. That is Prajna. Kasya etat sukham. Now the student is going to ask the Sushupti, about Sushupti, the fourth question. So this student is little bit very reasoning logic type. இது எல்லாமே நீங்க சொன்னதெல்லாம் 3 கொஸ்டின்ஸ்க்கு ஆன்சர்ஸ் எல்லாம் என்னமோ ஏதோ எங்கேயோ போய் ஸ்வர்கலோகம் பிரம்மலோகம் எல்லாம் இதெல்லாம் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. இந்த இஸ் இன்ட்ரெஸ்டட் இன் ஞானம், நாலேஜ். தட்ஸ் வை ஹி asked the question connected to this internal principle. Who is that sees this swapna? Who is experiencing the swapna? What are all active in the deep sleep? In the Madri question, in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad also it comes. So to which individual, Kasya etat sukham means to which individual this sukham belong? Sushupti kale sakale viline, in the deep sleep, sakale viline, ellame dissolved. Sakale viline, tamobhibhutak sukharupameti. Kaivalyopanishad. This mantra comes in Kaivalyopanishad. See the connection. Every Upanishad has got a beautiful statement. Not only Mandukya. He says, Sushupti kale sakale viline tamobhibhuta sukharupameti. Sukharupam na sukham aswapsam na kinchid avedisham. I am sukha na bliss and ananda swarupam. Who is that? Kasya etat sukham. These are all answers the teacher is going to give. Who is that? The fifth question, Kasmin sarve samparatishtaha bhavanti. This is fifth question. We are entering into Turiyam. Tejasa Prajna over, deep sleep la Prajna over. Now this is Turiyam, about Turiyam question. What is that adhishthanam on which all the things, organs are supported? In deep sleep, the person who is enjoying that sukham also, supported by whom? There is one who is enjoying the sukham. Supported by what? That jiva is enjoying the sleep. Supporting by whom? The jiva enjoying everything in the sleep, dream. That is, answer is going to be Turiyam. Okay. Pretty sollakooda answer. Papa mar sollatume. What is that? Adhishtanam. On which all these organs are supported by. What is that adhishtanam? Substratum. This question really is speaking avasthatraya vivekam, nothing else. He is putting in a different format. Avasthatrayatila jagrat swapna sushuptila jagrat patti kekala. Vishwan patti vititar. So he is talking about only Taijasa, Prajna and Turiyam. So Turiyam won't come under any avastha. Okay. Turiyam kuda avasthala potted avastha padadungo. Erkanave avasthala irkondomo. So now the fifth question, making this chapter Vedantic chapter. Now, how can you say this whole chapter is Vedantic chapter? Jnana Kandavanna and the Anjavad Kelvi. The fifth question alone is making this whole chapter is Jnana Kanda portion, not other questions. Very much. Okay. Now we have to enter into the second mantra. We will read what the teacher is going to answer. Another way also we can put this fifth question. When does the world get dissolved? Where does this world dissolve? Into which adhishtanam it dissolves? That is a light way of question, light way of presentation. Fourth question, who is it that experiences the sukham in the state of deep sleep? Fourth question. Second question, when does the world get dissolved also? Chollalam. That is one type of presentation of the question. So, the translations, no, people do live differently. So, இப்போ நாங்க ஒரு translation bliss னு போட்டிருக்காரு. நான் அந்த bliss விட்டுட்டு சுகமானி தான் சொல்லிட்டேன் நான். பரந்து. Therefore, it's very difficult. I have to skip some words. Translations. That is why I never read this book translation till today. என்ன எழுதிருக்காருன்னு தெரியாது. So, that words sometimes disturbs, confuses us. Okay, but good only. Don't think a book is valueless. But good only. Very, very subtle points. Angenge koncham difference irukkum. Tasmai sahovacha yatha gargya marichayah अर्कस्यास्तं गच्छतः सर्वा एतस्मिन् तेजो मण्डले एकीभवन्ति ताः पुनः पुनरुदयतः प्रचरन्ति एवं हवै तत्सर्वम् परे देवे मनः अस्य एकीभवति तेन तर्ह्येष पुरुषो न शृणोति तेन तर्ह्येष पुरुषो न शृणोति न पश्यति न जिघ्रति न रसयते न स्पृशते नाभिवदते नादत्ते नानन्दयते न विसृजते न ईयायते स्वपितीत्याचक्षते. Biggest mantra. If you go to Brihadaranyaka Chandogya, we have to read like this continuously. Very, very longest mantras. இன்னமும் உபனிஷத்துக்கு போறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இன்னைக்கு சாந்தோக்கியம் பிருந்தாரண்யகம் நிறைய வாட்டி சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன் நான். தஸ்மை சஹா உவாச்ச. தஸ்மை மீன்ஸ் கார்கியாய, டு தட் கார்கிய. தஸ்மை சஹா பிப்பலாதஹ, that guru, the pippalada. Ha means emphasis, emphasizing. He is going to give a definite answer, not easy answer, no vague answer. Very definite answer he is going to give. Ha uvacha. Uttaram uvacha. Uvacha means uttaram uvacha. He gave the answer, samadhanam. Yatha, just as. First he addressed Gargya. Hey Gargya, oh Gargya. Student, no? Swamiji tells in this place, no? Why is the teacher utter the name of the student? No? When the student asking the question, generally student think my question is useless question. And while asking also you look at this side and that side always, you know, when the other students are there. So what am I asking? Maybe it's wrong. So I also observed many students when they are asking, no, konjam bayama kepan. Adi andha pakkam indha pakkam paathine kepan. So suppose the teacher gives the answer, no, immediately, student will not have concentration at all. Chumma kepan, but never ready to listen. I can see their face immediately. Very much disturbed. They want answer, but not ready. Because mind is disturbed. That's why we never allow the questions in the class, you understand? Kelvi allow panna karanam idudha. When naturally psychology this is. Not that keeping mum, the students in the class, not talking, shutting their mouths and teacher is talking. Our whole parampara is like this, no? If we allow this, some places, no, they go on talking, asking the questions, like that. Once they ask the questions, naturally the mind, dissipated, diluted. Concentration will not be there, focus will not be there. And the time la teacher poi ennada solla mudiyum? A disturbed mind student can grasp any answer. So you were chonna answer illa vridhada. Other students also thinking about this questioner. Periya kelvi kekrane, enna language la kekra, eppadi kekra, all these things they talk. But when the teacher ke kanta soshada, because that student is not attentive, other students are, because we have not asked, why we have to listen. This is what happened naturally, psychology. So the teacher also has to bring the attention of the answer. Suppose they ask, now other students are sitting. This Gargya is standing and asking. Other students are sitting. So what the teacher has to say, the student should not feel guilt about his question, number one. And the student's attention the teacher has to draw. That's why addressing, hey Gargya. You can see the psychology now. Hey Gargya, hey Gargya, are you attentive? I am going to give the answer. You have only asked. Now you listen carefully. நம்ம பேர் விட்டு கூப்பிட்டாலே கொஞ்சம் ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கும். எல்லாரும் கேட்கறாங்க என்னோட பேர் என்ன. இல்லை அந்த பேர் வச்சு கூப்பிடுறதுல கூட பெரிய இது இல்லையா? The calling by name, you feel as though your identity has increased. அதே டைம்ல கொஞ்சம் அகங்காரம் கூட வந்துடும். Identity increase along with ahankara. These are all subtle areas. Our shastric angles, people, the teachers are very, very sukshma buddhi. Hey Gargya, listen carefully. Appa avane attentive. Oh, nannadan kooptaru guru ennu. Indha madriyella nadakkum class la. Some people think, no, Swamini, elave pannalanna engeyo poidukum manasu. So then a question kelvi irundha nalla irukum, question samadhanam. Adu oru problem. Some people think just sitting quietly and listening, mind goes out. And so it is the teacher's job not allowed the student mind to go out. But the teacher must be very, very competitive. Competitive and competitive means not in that sense. Competitive enough in their own subject anartha. Competitive enough to command the subject, hold on the subject must be. That is competitive, I am telling. Okay. You are all advanced students. I know. NS point shonana, you raise your eyebrows. Competitive in the sense that teacher must be very competitive enough on that topic. Then the student cannot shake his. எப்படி சொல்லணும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், சுவாமினி 1 hour ஆயிடுதா எப்படி தெரியவே இல்லையே அப்படி சொல்லணும். இப்படி சொன்னாதான் உங்களுக்கு நெக்ஸ்ட் என்ன இதெல்லாம் தட்ஸ் டு அட்ராக்ட் யூ அகெயின். ஐ வில் டாக் ஆல் தீஸ் திங்ஸ். அதர்வைஸ் யூ லுக் அட் த வாட்ச், மழை வருதா போகணுமா, எப்படி அம்பரெல்லா பண்ணி போகணுமா. ஓகே. யதா, just as, hey Gargya, listen, just as. What is the first question? Etasmin purushe kani swapanti. What are all those things, factors, are withdrawing or in the sleep? Yatha, he gives an example. Answer solla kodadhu udane. He says, just as the sun absorbs its sun races, his own races, similarly this mind absorbs the function of all the sense organs. Appadi solrar. Arkasya, of the sun. What type of sun? Astam gacchataha. The one who is setting, dusk time la, evening time la, பாருங்க கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் இருட்டு வந்து முள்ளமா வந்துடும் இருட்டு. ஏன் வருது இருட்டுன்னா, சன்னு இன்னைக்கு இல்லையே, இன்னைக்கு சூரிய பகவானே வரல. நார்மல்ல ஒரு லைட் இருக்க பாருங்க நமக்கு. we are able to function without these lights morning day time. அண்ணா என்ன அர்த்தம்? சூரிய பகவானுடைய ரேஸ் இருக்கு. ஈவினிங் ஆன உடனே கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சம் முள்ளமா டிம்மர் டார்க்கர் slowly it will become. That means what? The sun withdrawing all the races into him. That's why you cannot see anything in the darkness. So that's why arkasya astam gacchataha arkasya marichayaha means race. R-A-Y-S. சரியான ஸ்பெல்லிங் எழுதுங்க. நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பிகினிங்ல தெரியாமலே தப்பா எழுதுவோம். ரேஸ் சொன்ன R-A-C and people will write R-A-Y-S, race. And marichayaha means race. Sarvaha etasmin tejo mandale eki bhavanti. All races, even not one, remain. Sarvaha marichayaha. Etasmin tejo mandale. Mandala is there. Next letter is vowel. A is there. Therefore, tejo mandale. Anga yakaram lopam. Lopam means it is invisible. Tejo mandale means in aditya mandale, in surya. Etasmin maricheha sarvaha eki bhavanti. All will join in this sun. Adi madri taha punaha punarudayataha pracharanti. Again the sun rises, all races will come. Ade madri this sense organs also withdrawn into the mind and they come out of the mind again. And solla porar. Next class we will see that. ఓం పూర్ణమదః పూర్ణమిదం పూర్ణాత్ పూర్ణముదచ్యతే పూర్ణస్య పూర్ణమాదాయ పూర్ణమేవావశిష్యతే. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. హరి ఓం. శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం.